pretty good about this run, but obviously not as good as I would have liked. There were a lot of things that went poorly in this run, so I was like, okay, I really want to run this back. And that is what I actually did earlier today. So we're gonna show you guys one more run that I did offline earlier today. The sequel. So you can see this run here. We're running against our 5949 now. And yeah, let me tell you guys, we got one more for you. We got one more for you. This is like when Dad pulls one more Santa gift out of the closet. Didn't even put in a KP reset. That actually would have been so good. Oh my god, Nicole. Okay, so, you know, normal KP stuff here, guys. So, if you'll remember the last run, my last run, the one I just showed you, was the first sub-hour that I got. I did one more run, and it died to Sanctum. That's a mood. That's how it tends to go. That's how it tends to go. Yeah, so this one was this afternoon, actually. So I stopped last night, and then this morning I woke up, and it was like, nah, I wanna do another run. I wanna run this back. So I decided to do it. If you guys remember my early game from the last run, it was not particularly good in the first couple of splits, and then really good on Green Path Stag. I had a really good Green Path and mediocre Hornet. So love you too, Quack. I'll catch you later. I will post the splits from this run afterward. So yeah, you'll remember there was like a few places where we had gigantic time save. Sanctum was one of them. This run got buggy skip, but like had a terrible CP, dunked in CP spikes, stuff like that. This one I will submit. I wasn't gonna submit my other one. But I am going to keep running this category. I think I do want to do live runs tonight. So we'll see. But yeah, the early game here can definitely still be improved. Beautiful Miss Statue Pogo there. Absolutely gorgeous. So you can see we still save time to our old PB, which again is not particularly good. All right. Later, Quack. Later. That is beautiful, by the way. I want to shout that out. If the husks are in such a way that you can't jump over them without getting hit, it's better to inventory knockback cancel. So you just open your inventory and get hit. That's faster than having to try to damage tank through them anyway. So, you know, very, very subtle bit there, but I very much like that. I missed the beginning of the strat with False Knight, which I'm sad about, but it's fine. Got the one cycle grub. That's the difference. That's what made this run PV. So yeah, this one, again, like, there's a few big chunks of time save in that last run. My sum of best, if you notice at this point, is a 57.15. And my PB is a 59.49. So I'm like, okay, come on. I really want to get a better PB. I want to get a PB that's like closer to my sum of best, that doesn't just like lose a massive amount of time anywhere. Playing us like fiddles. You can feel free to guess away as to what this run is, but yes, this run does PB or I wouldn't be showing it. It'd be iconic if you were showing us a run that was on rookie pace the entire time and then died right at the end. I revealed nothing. 57, 59. Never saw a 58. Okay, so yeah, we're a little bit green here. We have some time to save on enter green path, but like all of this is basically just fine. Mostly, if you'll remember from my previous run, I had a lot of time to save on Mantis Claw because I dunked like an acid a couple of times, which was very dumb, like just straight up bad gameplay. So I just need to like not do that. And then Sanctum was like not particularly good. I actually did one run between the run that I'm showing you and my previous PB, which was, it lost 30 seconds to gold in Sanctum, and after Crystal Peak, it was still 10 seconds ahead to my old PB. And I was like, okay, come on. I lost 30 seconds in just Sanctum, and I still came out ahead after C-Peak. That means I can freaking PB. Come on. So then I ran it back, and this was the result. So yeah, I know that these early game splits don't matter too much, but I'm running against a very good green path now, so I'm kind of just hoping to be green by the end of Sanctum, ideally, and if not that, then at least by the end of C-Peak, because Sanctum was real bad in PB. Just everyone guessing 58-47. I enjoy this meme. It's pretty funny. Yo, what's up, Vex? Thanks for the GGs. You're a trendsetter. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, again, running against a pretty good green path, so I'm basically just hoping to not lose too much time here, which mostly means, you know, hopefully, like, definitely get the first fireball skip, hopefully get the second, and if that happens, all right, that's good enough. All right, so we get the first fireball skip, feel pretty good. Feel pretty good about that. Hey, that's not true. I submitted a Happy Couple run just a couple of days ago that still hasn't been verified at verifiers. Verify my Happy Couple run before Quack submits hers. All right, missed the second fireball skip. C'est la vie. It is what it is. We are gonna do our lovely dude pogo backup. It's fine. Buddy bounce. Yeah, what's up, Mav? Thanks for the congrats. I appreciate that. So we know we're losing time. We're going to be red after this. It's fine. Who hasn't had a little bit of red in their life? It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Reki is 59-37. That is correct. Yeah, so really, like, in Elegy, green path basically just boils down to those two fireball skips, which is kind of nice. Like, there's no Moss Knights, there's no VK, so we just get to, like, saunter on past all of this, which feels pretty good. I know I'm going to be a bit red because I missed the second fireball skip, but, like, I'm not going to lose a ton of time, so it's all right. Red is a pretty complicated color, true. True, true, true. I'm just happy about Quack's reaction, mostly. It was good. It was good, Spooky. You have no idea how hard it was to not say anything. All right, so we know that we're a little bit behind our PB now, but again, we have like a ton of time to save in fungal. So I'm like, okay, like let's just not bleed a ton of time to Hornet, and I proceed to miss literally 3 fireballs. Like, this is the worst Hornet fight I've had in a very long time. I was like impressed at how bad this Hornet fight was. So I'm losing like 5 seconds to an already bad Hornet. And I'm like, okay. But you know what? It's fine. I don't need to, you know, like save a lot of time because like, you know, I dunked twice in acid and the claw split. So I'm like, okay, we're going to keep this run going. It's fine. Also, I was running during work hours. Like, I couldn't really afford to stop and reset a bunch. I mean, for anyone at work watching this, I was doing it over lunch. It's fine. It was over lunch. Nice. Missed that jump because I don't even know why. It's fine. Get a hard fall. We're gaming. We're gaming. We're doing so well, guys. So well. World record pace, by the way. Tried to go for the little Senex slash there. I missed it. It's no big deal. What, Celery? Exactly, Meatbag. It's true. It's true. Okay, we're starting to put ourselves together a little bit. I know that if I want to bring this run back, I need to not completely throw in fungal. So, you know, I'm like, okay, let's focus up a little bit here. Let's focus up just ever so slightly. This is probably around the time I'm getting a Slack message, and I'm like, cool. When am I going to respond to this? The answer was an hour later. The whole concept of work hours has gone out the window. This is very true, Pimpus. Very true. Okay, so we got ePogo. ePogo with the Comfy Pogo setup is very consistent for me. Mantis Pogo also went very cleanly there, so even with the shenanigans early on, we saved like a bunch of time back here, almost 5 seconds. So I'm like, okay, this run's very much alive. I have full health, so I might be able to do a bench skip. I might not need curl bench, and then I proceed to immediately walk into a Mantis. So again, continuing this trend of like immediately humbled. Anytime I start to feel good, it's like, think about that. Do you actually think you should be feeling good right now? There is a tiny bit of time to save on this split, but to gold, but like really not that much. So this split is pretty goldable still, actually, but I'm not super optimistic. I'm mostly hoping that I can save a bit of time in Sanctum, which is like a big ol' healthy dose of copium, if I'm being entirely honest with you. Also, like, whatever these dashes and jumps are is not how you do these rooms at all. Like, especially not that. So, you know, I'm absolutely gaming. I'm playing so well. This is great. This is the best run. Yeah, smoothest schmoving. Absolutely. So there is, you know, at some point I need to like get my shit together, allegedly, and you know, maybe not like immediately, because early game's gonna early game, right? Remember that bench skip I was talking about? No, that's not happening. At some point I need to actually like kind of start actually playing the game well. So that's not happening so far, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Just notice the rotating emote display. I like it quite a lot. It's good. I love that pogo. It's super consistent. 10 out of 10, do it every time. I dashed too far there. I don't know why, actually. Like, I literally don't know what I did. But it's fine. We just won't worry about that. I think I started too far left, maybe. Maybe too far left. I tried to go for the pogo there because I thought he was a bit high up, but I actually missed it. And it ended up fine, so I guess he wasn't too high up. Notice the fine pop-up during a "this is fine" moment. Amazing. It's actually wonderful when they, like, line up. It happens surprisingly often. I feel like it's because, like, a lot of the emotes are fairly, like, multi-purpose. So, yeah, it's good. Okay, didn't get a double there. It's fine. Okay, so you can see we lost a bunch of time entering Sanctum. And that's just how it goes. Like, you know, sometimes you just have to live with that. But I do have a lot of time to save both in Sanctum and in the first split of Crystal Peak. Actually, the first, like, half of the splits of Crystal Peak. So I'm feeling like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be able to live up to my, you know, Sanctum. Maybe I'm not going to be saving, like, a ton of time here. But ideally, before the end of C Peak, I'm going to be green again. That's the hope, that I can be green by the end of C Peak. ML model for choosing the right moments. That would be intense. I would love that. Look, grub hugs during Elegy. Always, always good. All right, that is a terrible spawn for that guy, by the way. Again, my mentality with these offline runs is a lot more dangerous than when I'm doing online runs. So I'm like, 3 health, hell room, like, whatever. Let's fucking go for it. Because if the run dies, then it dies and I go back to work. So I play a little bit more dangerously, and it kind of paid off here. I'm going to heal back up to 4. I like being on 4 health for the Soulmaster fight, because, I don't know, honestly. It's not even that dangerous of a fight, so maybe I shouldn't be so worried about it. What's up, Grasloth? Welcome on in. How do you do? Alright, so as a reminder, my Sanctum from PB was, like, not very good, mostly because of the Soulmaster fight, so I'm, like, kind of hoping that I can get a halfway decent Soulmaster fight. I keep getting fake dives, which suck. Fake dives are, like, the worst attacks because you can basically not get a lot of damage in during them. But I got really lucky there and got a couple of doubles, so it's actually feeling pretty okay at this point. Yeah, so a kill at like 154, 155 or so, I forget exactly where it was on the split timer, like, this is actually a decent pace. Yo, you passed your last exam, let's go, congrats, that's awesome. Congrats on having time for games. Okay, immediately get trolled with some fake dives, it's fine. Missing some up slashes, missed that fireball, I'm like, god damn it. The first phase was actually like okay, and then just I immediately throw to the second phase for whatever this shit was. Also getting trolled by those a little bit, but at the end of the day, it was kind of okay. Okay, so this is the point where I've already passed my gold, and I'm like, all right, so I know I'm going to be losing time, like a lot of time to gold here, but at least I still save time to PB. So, you know, it was an improvement. I was like, okay, we're like plus what, 5? We'll take it. Like we'll run with it. We'll see what happens after Crystal Peak. So I felt like not particularly good about this early game, but also not particularly bad. At this point, I've given up on trying to get that like cool little fake dive because I don't know how to do it. So I've just stopped. It's fine. We're surviving. All right, pretty good follies here. They spawn kind of where you'd want them to spawn. Treat you well. I'm at full health. I have a good amount of soul. This is feeling a lot better than my last run's travel through this area. Yo, welcome on in, Batty. Runs haven't been online so far. I'm showing an offline run that I did earlier today, and I'm playing it back. But the last run that we showcased was a PB, surprisingly enough. No one could have ever guessed it. Okay, so yeah, all of this is pretty smooth so far. This is like exactly what I'm looking for in this split. So I feel pretty good. Especially because I have so much time to save on this split. I have like 7 seconds or something like that to save here. So it definitely feels like I'm going to be able to save a lot of that. Fucked up that movement. Feels kind of bad. Luckily, I was able to lure this one kind of out of the way, and the upper one was like in a very strange position. So I will absolutely take that. These guys are in kind of weird spots, but we make it out okay. We're going to take a bench immediately anyway, so I don't really care about that one hit of damage I took. Mostly just trying not to lose too much time. Playing 4D chess, you can't even play 2D chess. 2D chess is pretty tough, not gonna lie. Alright, we can do the look down this time because we actually have enough health, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we want. Alright, and we come up here. All of this is pretty straightforward stuff. Really just dashing our way over to the guarded grub. I'm in a pretty good position here. I know that I can be green after this grub at the rate that I'm playing right now. So it feels all right. 5D chess with multiverse time travel. I did play that. Sega, were you around when I played that on stream? You always win and lose with that. Amazing. Yeah, looks like I am not quite golding, but basically golding that split. Beautiful. So I'm green again. Like I said, there's a lot of time to save in that like middle game. So even with that terrible Hornet fight and Fungal and entering Sanctum, it's like, it's fine. Because we played really well for that bit, so I feel like, okay, PB is definitely on track. I can definitely PB this if I, you know, play to my my ability here. Of course, Crystal Peak is always a pretty tough area, so I know I'm still definitely scared. I dunked in spikes twice on the way to Spike Grub last time, so I have a lot of time to save on this split. I just need to actually save it. So let's see what happens. So far, pretty clean. Looking good. Looking good, and I don't dunk at all. Beautiful. So that saves like another 7 seconds or so. And suddenly like double-digit green. So this is where like all this time save is all these various splits. I do this and then I went too far to the right, so I ended up damage tanking. That time it was my fault. In the last run, the laser came on and it was the laser RNG, and it's like, okay, you know, whatever. You survive. That time it was entirely my fault. I should have been able to finish that. Might have been before your time, yeah. That makes sense, Digga. It was a while ago. Alright, so now we have this. Again, I missed that pogo in my old PB, so I was happy to get it here because now I'm in good shape to actually save a lot of time on this split. I didn't have to heal. I didn't have a particularly slow, you know, bit before this, so this is actually feeling like a really good split so far. And in fact, we do gold this split. So yeah, you can see a lot of time save there, almost 6 seconds. So yeah, time save is just kind of flowing in now. I'm feeling pretty good. And then I do this. And the hitbox to that spike is some nonsense. And it respawns me at the freaking entrance to the damn grub room. Like, I was so tilted at that. I was like, okay, I'm like 20 seconds ahead, we're doing great, and then like the freaking spike respawn just pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck? Why is that a thing? I don't have a follow-edge commanded, unfortunately, Stega. But I do get both of these inventory drops, so that kind of makes up for it. Obviously still gonna lose time here because that was some shit. But, you know, it's okay. At least I have like full soul here. So I feel a little bit more comfy going for this damage cycle because I know I'll be able to heal later on. Thank you, Spooky, for providing the information. Yeah, I don't know when I played that game on stream. That's quite a while. Okay, so yeah, we lost like 7 seconds here. So basically erased all that time save from the pretty clean movement to the grub. So that feels bad, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm still 10 seconds ahead. So, you know, we are in good shape here. Missed that pogo because I'm bad. We are no longer in good shape, and I am crying to myself. Is it only moderators who can do that, Spooky? Or is it anyone? Okay, we got like the half quick cycle there. I was scared to go for the super quick cycle because I didn't want to lose any more time in what has already been a kind of sketchy second half of C peaks. But at the end of the day, it's pretty okay. We get that C-dash off. That was pretty smooth. I'm a little bit scared to go for this fast cycle here, so I don't. I just wait an extra cycle because I don't want to go down to 1 health. I'm feeling like I actually want to try to finish this run out and see if I can PB. So that's what we're doing. We actually golded that split even without the fast cycle, so it shows you how I never get the fast cycle. That's fine. Coming through the dark room. Dark room always a bit sketchy. Things can go wrong. In this particular moment, nothing did, so I feel pretty good. I think I stopped to get a little bit of soul here. Yeah. Because I'm a little bit low, so I wanted to be able to have full soul here. The next bits are kind of soul intensive. There's a lot of sections that need kind of a lot of soul. All right, so once again, we want buggy skip. I landed on that platform, which can definitely mess up buggy skip. So I'm a little bit scared here that I'm not going to be able to get it, but luckily buggy did follow me up, so I am okay. So I finished the lure, get hit out, beautiful. I am running against a gold dream now, so I know I'm a little bit scared here, but we just got a gold D-Dark, so that feels pretty good. I missed this inventory drop, so I go for the dive back up. This actually kind of hurts me. Yeah, Mohammed, welcome on in, and thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Buggy MVP, very true. So my Dream Nail and PB was very good. So missing that inventory drop, and also I was a little bit slow leaving the D-Dark room, I know I'm going to lose a little bit of time here. But that's okay, because we're a decent amount ahead. Again, I was saying earlier, I kind of want to see, am I going to be green after Crystal Peak? The answer is yes. I am almost 10 seconds green after Crystal Peak. Now, of course, if you remember my last run, there's a few places with some time save. Some of it's in the mid-game, and there were just, you know, little bits and pieces here and there. A lot of it was the collector fight. So there's not really a whole lot of other sections with, like, chunks of time save. So then I missed that C-dash as well, so you know I'm going to be losing a little bit more time. Feels bad. So I'm a little bit worried at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm green here, but like this was kind of where the biggest part of my time save was, so I should be green here. I'm going to have to play a good middle game in order to turn this into an actual PB. So that's kind of what's going through my head right now. We know we need Seer Skip. I'm running against a gold here. It's a little bit tough. I think I have 2 casts here. I missed the inventory drop, so I go for a dive. Check my soul. I did not have 2 casts. I only had 1. This is really bad. I had to go up, climb up, and get more soul. Always note how much soul you have, I guess. So this felt real bad. And then I did the exact same thing. Oh, no, this part's fine. Okay, my bad. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, so this is totally fine. But I do lose almost all of my time save because of that and the troubles in Dream Nail. So kind of funny how this one worked. Almost a mirror image of the last run, where I had a really bad C-peaks and then a really good 2 splits there. I basically did the opposite here. So now it's basically even with my PB, and I'm like, okay, you know, even with PB is still not bad here because the middle game in my PB is not particularly good, and I have a lot of time save on Collector. So I'll take it. I'll run with it. I'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's basically where my mind's at. We have a couple basically errands to do. We're gonna, go get Shaman Stone and this grub, and then we're gonna be heading into Waterways. I missed the interact there. Feels bad. Okay, so now we're officially red again. Not great, but it's still early enough that it's fine. We're basically even with our PB, so it doesn't really matter that much. We actually have a lot of time to save on this split because I was playing it super safe in my PB because I was on 1 health. So I was like, okay, let's not be on 1 health. Let's, actually have enough health to do this room properly. And we mostly did that. So we saved that grub, saved some of that time back, technically green again. Anyone who remembers the last PB, I had all sorts of shenanigans happening to me in this split. So I'm like, okay, let me save some of that time back and not have all those shenanigans. Which basically just means have a little bit cleaner of an arena and not freaking miss the pogo twice getting to the grub. So hopefully we can save some of that. We do have 4 seconds to save here. So I know that there's little pockets of time save like that in this run. The Isma's split, if you guys remember, has a little bit of time save for getting the Horn early control. If we can get that. This one didn't really play nice, so I just killed it with nail slashes, but it's not too big a deal. I do get the pogo this time. So now I have full health, a lot of soul, and we saved a lot of time. So definitely a lot better than my previous run. So I'm feeling good here. Now we're going into Waterways, always a fun time. The Isma skips will be coming up. Those are not easy, but we'll see how it goes. I have a good amount of soul, so I can just do the C-dash here. I think it's possible to hit that maybe with a dash, but I'm not sure. Yeah, thanks, Nola. I appreciate that. We are going through it right now. All right, so that's actually a gold, which is nice. And then we keep on going, dive down here. I have a cast of soul, so I'm able to fireball this one. I tried to get a nail cancel on it, but I just missed. It's fine, no big deal. This is the split that has a bit of time save to PB. So I'm hoping that I can get some of that time save. We will see. Again, most of that is gonna come from getting the worm skip. This Fluke Fae trolled me so hard. I was so mad at it. I hit it and it went so far back that I was like, okay, it's gone, it's done. I can get the C-dash off, and then that was just false. And then the game, I canceled a C-dash and tried to up-slash too quickly, so it just didn't do it. It was a problem. Okay, and you'll see here I forgot to up-slash, so I once again side-slashed, which means I'm not getting this early control after all. And I'm like, God damn it, I have to sit through this whole animation. But wait, at the last second, this Hermp, because actually both Hermps got hit, they bounced off each other and did still come to hit me. You have to wait there to cancel your, or to close your accept prompt until you can jump, which is why I waited so long with it on the screen there. Otherwise you'll sink and it's a major glitch. But I was happy to actually freaking get the stupid Hermp skip. I still lost time because I got it so late, but at least I got it. It still saved a tiny bit. Yo, Aaron, thank you for the sub. Sub baby growing up. I appreciate that, the prime sub. Something very subtle I just did there. I actually swapped out Shaman for Soul Catcher. This split, you don't need to kill anything with your spells at all, but you do need a lot of soul. So since you're on a quit out, it's completely free to swap charms. I swapped to Soul Catcher, and I highly recommend this. I think if you're running this category, this is worth. The biggest thing is you have to remember to put Shaman back on before you fight Broken Vessel. Because if you go that long without Shaman, it's not going to be good when you fight Broken Vessel. So yeah, it's definitely... Oh yeah, all of this. Oh my god. Definitely good, but, be smart about what you're doing. That was terrible. No two ways about that. But I have a lot of soul because of Soul Catcher. So, you know, that feels good. I hit that guy 3 times almost out of habit, but it basically doesn't matter. 59:48 feeling more likely, yeah. With every passing moment, 59:48 looking more like the final time. I mentioned earlier that if the charm's out. Yeah, yeah, it is foreshadowing. Exactly, exactly. Yo, what's up, Maso? Sub-hour elegy indeed. All right, so all of this is pretty good. We got a little tiny gold on that last split. Feels decent. All of this, again, is pretty consistent movement. Just need to, you know, press the inputs correctly, which some days easier said than done, as you can see there. Coming up here again is this kind of cool movement where you can inventory knockback cancel. Legitimately do not remember if I got it in this run, so we're gonna find out together. We're gonna find out together. Okay, so cling to the wall to avoid the hard fall. Oh, no, I missed the jump. So I missed it. I go for the double damage tank, which is actually not worth if you miss it like that, but I was bitter, so I went for it anyway. So unfortunate, but we missed it. I think it's a current patch only thing, but I'm not the person to ask. This was really cool. I ended the inventory and dashed to the right with a completely black screen and landed right on the bench and benched before the camera caught up to me. That is like the smoothest benching I've ever done. I will never get that again. All right, so all of this pretty much fine. I have a lot of time to save on this split actually because like so many shenanigans happened in PB. So I'm kind of, you know, looking forward to that. I know I can get a lot of time save in these next couple of bits, so I am going for it. We get to baby jump. It's all good. CC put one in any percent tasks? Interesting. Really? It's 1221 as well? How come they never do it? Is it just that it's not super used? Like, there's definitely times where it's useful. Weird. Swag bench. Yes, exactly. Swag bench. Okay, so yeah, this split is going pretty decently. You saw us save a bunch of time on the spike grub, mostly from getting to baby jump. We know we got Mayo Pogo in PB here. So I'm like, you know, we're going to go for Mayo Pogo again. I'm not even going to attempt the C-Dash. We're just going to go for Mayo Pogo because we know we can do it. So here we go. I'm trying Mayo Pogo, and it's too high. And I fuck it up. And that's why you don't go for Mayo Pogo. But it was cool that we got it in the last run. Okay, so we lose a tiny bit of time. Not really a big deal. All right, at this point, I need to make sure that I have Shaman back on. Technically, I have one more split where I can do this, which is after the base and dive grub, but I like to do it here just so that, like, I know I have it, because otherwise it could be easily forgotten. And here again, there's another inventory knockback cancel. You see there, I canceled, or I opened the inventory super late, and it worked. I actually beat the cycle this time because I opened it late enough. That's how this one works. You'll notice that I have this like inventory vignette around my screen. That will stay until I quit out. And that happens if you open the inventory basically like a couple of frames, maybe a single frame before you get knocked out of it. So we just, you know, we have a nice little portrait to our run for a bit. It's fine. Yeah, so this split, nothing too crazy. Take damage there that I really don't want to take, but not a big deal. Because we got the inventory cancel, we are saving a little bit of time here. So feels good. Feels good. And now we're over 10 seconds ahead. Going into wings. Wings were pretty good in PB, so I'm a little bit concerned. Also, the hive grub was gold in PB, so it's like, okay, we could definitely lose some time in these next couple of splits, but I know that I can save it back to the city grubs. If you remember in PB, my city grubs were just terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. So I'm like, okay, I'm in good shape here. We know we have time save on Collector. We know we have time save on City Grubs. I need to still have a good QG is the scariest part. But if I can do that, I could definitely PB this run. Alright, so once again, heading down to Broken Vessel, pretty much just normal mainboard shit. Nothing too exciting here. Mostly trying not to get hit. We get through these first few Mullerks pretty successfully. Still no damage, so I'm feeling pretty good. This one, there is some way to avoid, but I'm just bad at it. I accidentally got a little too close and just got hit. Wall jump to the left, that's not what you want to do. Miss the trans dash. Miss it again. Miss it again, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going around. So this is a lot of free time save. Just not missing that. But we did try 3 times. So yeah, I know I don't have a lot of time to save here. I had a really good Broken Vessel fight in PB. So I'm kind of just hoping not to lose too much time. And that I can kind of like bring it back with some of the later splits. And this is not how you do that, by missing an entire D-Dark. I do get a little bit better fare there. And get a really good D-Dark in here. I'm really hoping that he starts doing the headbanging, and he does. So I feel good about this now, because I know I'll be able to get 4 D-Darks in, and that actually kills. So it was like an okay Broken Vessel. Could have been a lot worse, for sure. So, yeah, feeling okay. Feeling okay. Was a little bit late releasing the C-Dash there, but yeah, we're going to lose a few seconds. Probably about like half our time save. We don't really have a fantastic run on our hands, but it's okay. All right. Now, if you remember, I have like some random time save on this grub. It's kind of funny because these little stupid things that I just do all the time, they become like, where the hell did this time save come from? Question marks in my run backs. And that feels so good when I'm like, why do I have 4 seconds on this split? It's like, oh yeah, because I was a dumbass in my previous run. And that's why you should always be a dumbass in your runs, so that future you can be like, oh, that's some free ass time save. I just need to not be a dumbass. So that's why I intentionally lose time in all of my PBs. And this is the model that I hope you all follow. Anyway, on the complete opposite side of that, I have a freaking gold hive I'm running against. So I know I'm losing time here. This is, again, I mentioned earlier, I was thinking about switching to Soul Catcher here. And I think it's kind of worth, but I don't know, because the problem is you could get C-Dash glitched out of the final C-Dash to the grub if you don't kill that bee. And you need Shaman to kill that bee. So, I'm not sure. Be a dumbass in your PB. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying y'all need to do. All right. So again, Soul Collection is like pretty much most of this split. It's kind of wild. Maybe I should get Catcher and then just shoot 2 fireballs. Yo, what's up, Ali? Thanks for the congrats. I appreciate it. We did, in fact, do some zoomies. And yeah, we're showing our offline zoomies now. Easy for you, always a dumbass. Yeah, same, exactly. Okay, so this is like not as good a hive as the gold hive I'm running against, but you know, like we're surviving. You know, we have a lot of soul. We have a lot of heart. You know, we have a lot of tears. The blood and the sweat haven't quite come into play yet, but we'll see some of that later. So yeah, we lose some time. It's the hive. It's fine. You run against a gold hive, you lose 4 seconds. It's just, you know, it happens. It happens. Doing zoomies, I thought this was NMG. True. Okay. Now KE, if you remember, was pretty decent in PB. But City was not. So City is where my time save is. And when I was doing this run, I literally forgot that. I was like, isn't KE where my time save is? And the answer was no. The answer is not that KE is where my time save is. I like golded a couple of splits in KE, Whereas city, I lost a shitload of time. So yeah, we're doing great here. This Whormp is in the way of the C-dash, which is sad. It happens. So yeah, pretty bad climb up here, but somehow save time to PB. No biggie. All of these splits are pretty much just like try to be at, you know, a few seconds of your PB. Oh, this is very annoying. I'm like really low on geo here. I have 250 geo and I need 300. So I was like, okay, even a row of hoppers isn't going to get me there. Let me get this geo rock. And it's only worth 15, so I don't know that it's worth. I'll have to think about that more in the future. All of this is just bad, like just straight up bad. Now I'm on 2 health. 2 health here is not where you want to be. 2 health here is actually kind of scary if you're going to farm these hoppers. So I decided not to farm the first row of hoppers, and I'm like, all right, let me maybe get some from the second. And then I dash into one, and I'm like, maybe let's just not get hopper geo actually, and I fucking leave. So I'm at 279 geo, and I'm like, okay, I need 21 geo somewhere. This is going to have to happen. I decide that the best way to do this is to get the geo rock that's just below the entrance to the Markoth room. Yeah, that's true, Colette. Yeah, Hive Rocks are worth a lot. Maybe the Hive Rock is the way to go. And that solves your geo collection, or your soul collection problem as well. But anyway, thank God for the Oro bench being in this route. I was thinking about routing it out, and now I'm like, fuck that. I need that heal. So yeah, somehow save time to PB with that, by the way. Don't ask me how. I don't know what I did, but it's fine. Yeah, edge rocks are worth quite a lot. Edge is like a really good place to get geo. So I decided to get the rock that's just under the Markoth room, and I think that's a pretty quick rock. But it's like, it doesn't feel great. I think hoppers might still be faster if you can get the right hoppers. Because like this is 56, or like, no, 40, oh, 44. I thought 46, but that's fine. 44 is enough for me. So, you know, maybe that's just better. I don't know. It's pretty quick. Anyway, that movement was sketchy and I don't think it's correct, but it's fine. So we come up here, save this grub. That was running against gold and I stopped to get geo, so obviously I'm not going to be saving time there, but that's okay. So we are in decent shape here, I would say. We have enough geo now, we have enough soul, and as I mentioned before, all our time saves in city. Now, at the time of this run, I forgot that my time save was in city. I literally did not remember that. So I was like, okay, I need a good collector to PB this, and that's just not going to happen. So this PB's dead. But then I just decided to keep it going, and I realized, actually, my fucking city splits are trash. Face cam? Do you happen to be watching on a host of someone who doesn't use Facecam? Because I use Facecam basically every stream. You have to think that Hive Rocks aren't worth. Yeah, so the one that I'm thinking of, Connor, is the one that has 3 Hivelings guarding it in the second room of Hive. And you just kill the Hivelings as well. That's kind of the idea that's going through my mind. Because you need the soul anyway. But I don't know if that's worth it. So maybe what you do is you get like 3 hits, and then you shoot a fireball at them, and then like on net you'll end up with more soul, and probably also destroy the Geo-Rock. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Anyway, this was good. I saved some time here. I golded the previous split as well, so I'm now green again, which is nice. But if you remember my last run, I was on 3 HP for this section. So now I'm on full HP, and I'm feeling a lot better about it. Yeah, there are 3 bees right there, which is kind of rough. I don't know. I'd have to figure that out. Oh, man, I forgot this happened. That's not good. By the way, you can hit that guy through the floor if you're good. Unlike me, I'm not good, so I didn't hit it, but it's fine. I used that guy to farm a little bit of soul so I could kill the Great Husk. Yo, what's up, Key? I'm doing pretty well. Okay, so already this is going a lot better than my previous run. If you remember my previous run, I was on 1 HP here, scared out of my damn mind. So I'm feeling like a lot better about this. And I had forgotten that this split was so bad in PB. So like this is just free time save. I have learned not to do the up slash there. We're doing great. I forgot the Geo, so I went back for the Geo. I don't think it was super necessary. I probably could have skipped it. We still golded this split, even going back for that Geo. So like we still have gold potential on that split. That was far from clean. So we could definitely still save like a few seconds there. I did indeed, yes. I was very happy about the debate. Okay, so we golded that, and now we're like 10 seconds ahead. So PB, if you'll remember, had a really good QG, really good frogs at least. The upper QG grub was not that good, but the frogs were really good. So I'm scared of frogs here still. I'm always scared of frogs. But I'm especially scared of frogs, so I'm like, okay, I need to either have another good frogs or a really good collector fight. But if I do those things, I can PB this. And that's basically what I'm thinking right now. This movement's a lot cleaner than it was in PB. In fact, we gold it, so I'm pretty happy with that. You'll notice in this next split, this one is very silly. It was magnificent, you jerk. Thank you, Grad. Thank you. You'll notice in this next split, I completely forget what abilities I have. So I get the hard fall here, and then I just dash to the left. I literally forgot I had C dash for a second. And I was like, wait. I was halfway through that room, and I was like, why am I dashing here? It's fine. We're doing great. That movement is really cool, by the way. If I hadn't done the stupid dashing, that probably would have golded. Oh my god, that was so sketchy. I almost got hit out of that. I almost got hit out of that by that tick. I don't know if y'all saw. This is really awkward movement. It's fine. Full movement, VS, D-Dark, no Shade Soul, correct. Unless you mean no, like, do you mean no soul coming in? Or do you mean no Shade Soul? Got C-Dash glitched on that. I hate that. That seems to happen in this room, like, way too often. Also, no Shade Cloak, but I assume you know that. Again, fucked up Trinomi drop. It's fine. I decided to not go for the C-Dash here that I was talking about last run. I think that C-Dash is debatably useful. Oh, yeah, no soul entering Hive. Correct. Yeah. Which sucks. Okay, so you notice I stopped to heal there. I really don't want to fuck up QG too much. I have a little bit of time to save on Love Key, but not very much. So I know, like, I can't play it too safe, but I also, you know, we're ahead enough. Like, I don't want to just throw the run to stupid literally dying. So I'd rather just do this kind of thing. Also, I'm lucky that I haven't gotten hit there yet. You can get hit on that bit. All right. Full soul going into this arena. I feel pretty okay about it. Yeah, first try QGA, kind of big. I forgot to do the pogo on this one, so it was kind of awkward. But I got a double hit there, and then I missed my side slash and have, like, really awkward movement backing that up. Luckily, they, like, literally stacked up, so I was able to get enough soul with a single slash. I got bailed the fuck out of that arena. That arena was, like, on its way to such a bad arena. And I just got so lucky that they just, like, basically walked themselves into position for me to be able to kill them. So, yeah. Feeling better. Yeah, the Petras were nice, which doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I think at this point I'm on track to lose time, but not that much. I missed both my D-Darks a little bit, which is unfortunate. So I do lose a bit of time, but like not enough time to make me really worried. I also am really good on Geo here. 274 Geo is like way more than I need at this point, so I'm feeling really good. I know that I'm going to be able to afford QG stack no issue. 3 health here is also completely fine because we're about to take a bench, so I feel pretty good. I would like more soul for this bit, but it's not super essential actually. Really, you only need like 1 cast. More is good, but it's fine. That was awkward, but because of the positioning, it threw its blade like straight down, so it ended up kind of working out. At this point, I know I'm going to lose time on this grub, but, you know, it's fine. Again, what I really need to do is, like, get okay frogs and get, like, a decent upper QG grub. So that's most of where I'm concerned. Like, I could do a dive there. That might be worth. But I think collecting soul is just slower. I don't know. Again, just mainly trying not to hit spikes here. I'll learn the fast room at some point, but like for now, it's fine the way it is. My third dash didn't go off there, so I just walked up to the devout. It's a little bit sketch, but it's fine. I went right a little early, so I landed on that platform, but no biggie. So yeah, we lost a tiny bit of time there. It's honestly not a big deal. I'm okay with that amount of time lost, for sure. We had like kind of a sketchy grub here in PB, so mostly I'm trying not to replicate that. You saw a little bit of fumbling earlier, and then I started my C-dash too high here, so at the end of the day, this was like not a good B-sten split either, but it's okay. This is a full height jump. I knew I messed it up, which is why I tried to save it with that dash, but I was too low. So I'm like, okay, I need to compose myself because we're on PB pace, but I'm running against good frogs and a bad collector, which means I need okay frogs and a good collector, or good frogs and an okay collector to PB. So that's really what I want. And I'm like, if I'm playing like shit, I'm not going to get these things. So I need to focus up and try to finish this run out. All right, so if you guys remember, my QG arena was not very good in PB because of the first couple of phases. The last few phases were actually really good though. So if I'm going to beat my PB, what I need is a good first couple of phases and then like an okay last few phases basically. That so far was pretty good. I think I needed to just D-Dark there though. Maybe this is fine. This I was very happy with. That's like exactly what I wanted. And then I went and got the rest of my soul. I tried to nail cancel there, but I failed it. Got a really good D-Dark there. And got a double there. So once again, I went to the left before I needed to. I really didn't need that Geo at all. I have like a shitload of Geo. Side slashed instead of pogoed, otherwise I would have been at full health. So that felt bad. Okay, so I saved this grub. That's a gold. That's the best I've done that arena. Still a lot to improve there, I think, but at least for now, it's definitely good enough. I have full health. I did stop to heal one. I went and got a little bit of extra soul, and now I know even if frogs are mean, I'll be able to stop and heal and kind of be okay. And then frogs were so blessed in this room. So blessed. I almost got fucked at that last bit there, but actually was completely fine. And the frogs were also blessed in this room. So this is like what you dream of for frogs. And at this point, I'm like, oh my god, okay. I can actually PB this. I can sub 5930 this maybe. I feel free to use my soul here. It doesn't really matter too much. I like this dive, by the way, just to have iframes. Didn't help me too much. As you saw, I still got hit, but it's okay. Landing on that platform actually really hurts because it means I can't charge a C-dash without risking getting hit. So I end up just dashing through, and then I do a stupid side slash instead of a pogo here. So we had really good frogs, but then I fucked up that movement, which means I'm not going to be able to get quick bell here because I'm at 1 health. So I know I'm going to be losing a bit of time here. But if you remember in my PB, I actually dunked twice in Thorns on the way to the upper QG grub. So I'm like, it's fine. I can still be even with PB here. Forgetting I don't have to fight Marmu. Not having to fight Marmu is the best part about this QG, Chris, by far. It's so good. Okay, so I had like, you know, kind of a sketchy climb there, but it's actually perfectly acceptable. You know, didn't dunk in Thorns twice, so like, I'm pretty happy with this so far. Marmhu, exactly. Somehow missed the wall jump off that, which I was not happy about. And yeah, so losing just a tiny bit of time. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even with all those shenanigans, we barely lost time. So we're actually in really good shape here, because I am now 17 seconds ahead going into Green Path. And I'm running against a bad collector, where I missed the scream skip and had a bad fight afterward. So I'm like, with a good collector, this could easily be sub 59:30. Even if I have an okay collector, I could get that time. So that's basically where my mind's at. I got all 3 hits there, which is good. So I get this. That's a gold. Good start to this little section. 0.0 gold, but a gold nonetheless. So yeah. The green path splits again, they're mostly just movement splits. It's not like anything is really super crazy in these splits. You're mostly just doing consistent movement. If you know what you're doing, you can get, you know, the same time here every time. So I'm just trying to play, you know, as consistently as I can. Save a second or two here and there. All good. Yeah, get those god time saves in chat. Alright, so here we go. Through the rest of Green Path, there's 3 more grubs to pick up here. I'm getting soul, literally pure muscle memory. You don't need soul here at all. I do that because in every other category that comes through here, you get the Grimkin. And I am not getting the Grimkin, actually, so I don't need that soul. But not a big deal. Again, all of this very consistent movement. If you learn this movement, like, you can do it every time. So, you know, really I get to just kind of autopilot here and think about collector. Thanks for the follow there. Appreciate that. So if you'll remember in my PB, I missed the collector scream skip by canceling my C-dash too late. So I'm like, okay, I know that I need to be ready to cancel my C-dash a little bit faster this time if I'm going to go for the collector scream skip. And I'm also thinking, what if I just don't go for collector scream skip? What if I just fight the collector like normal and don't worry about the scream skip because it takes, you know, a second or two to set up and I missed it anyway in PB. But then I was like, no, fuck it. I should just go for it because it basically doesn't lose much time at all. And if you get it, it saves so much time. It is ridiculous. You get literally half of collector's health down before the fight even starts. So I'm really, really hoping that I can get it, but I know I need to cancel my C-dash a little bit early. So yeah, that's basically what I'm worried about. These splits at least give me a chance to kind of reset, not really worry about it too much. You know, QG is a very high intensity area. This is like really chill. We actually gold this split. I don't think it was a 2.5 second gold. I forget exactly how much that was to gold, but you know, we're happy with that. Key, that's with Shade Cloak. It doesn't work with without Shade Cloak. So it's a bit different. Okay, so here we go. It's time for Collector, and we will see how this goes. So again, running against a not particularly good Collector. In fact, running against an outright bad Collector. But I am still worried because, you know, I could easily miss the scream skip and end up dying or just having a really bad fight and losing this PB. So we'll see. All right, so I go for this dream now. I actually don't think I should have. I think I thought I was one hit of soul lower than I was. Anyway, I go for the scream skip, and I end my C dash a little late again. So I'm like, God fucking damn it, I can't hit this scream skip for shit. And then I missed the first splash, and I'm like, okay, I need to get my shit together for collector. So I focus, and I'm like, okay, let me at least get the next one. And got all of the next one as well. So I'm feeling like a little bit better. That was all like pretty clean. Again, I'm running against a bad collector that missed several entire D-Darks. So I'm like, okay, like this might not be the best collector in the universe, but it's gonna be okay if I can just like focus up and make sure I get a lot of D-Darks in. Obviously him landing on me there is very, very annoying because I am now at 2 health and I'm like, if I die, we're in trouble. But luckily he was almost dead. So we were able to get the kill. If you look at the time, you'll notice I'm losing a lot of time to gold, but it's actually still completely fine compared to PB. So I actually saved time to PB because I was running against such a bad collector. So yeah, I'm in like pretty good shape here. Now PB does have C dash, the RNG C dash. So really I'm thinking, is this sub 5930? And that's mostly going to depend on whether I can get that RNG C dash. Cause it's right on that barrier that loses like a few seconds. So yeah, this split, that's really, it's that and single bounce elegy. That's sort of all there is to this. Luckily, I remember I have C dash by this point, so that's kind of nice. And I immediately get hit out of it. So I'm like, God damn it. That's going to kill my 5930, huh? But we wait and see. I'm like, all right, maybe we'll get single bounce and it'll be, you know, it'll be beautiful, beautiful RNG to save us. But now we just start collecting. We have become the collector. I think maybe this run is the one that had some reward that single bounced. We'll see. No, not there. I know one of my runs did. I just don't remember what. Look at all this geo. By the way, all this geo is why this is a very easy category to route in nail upgrades to. If you need nail upgrades, just come to Grub Daddy early, and you'll like have more geo than you know what to do with, so you can go get your nail upgrades. And you're right next to several pale ore throughout the run. Base and pale ore is super easy. Like that pale ore is literally free. And then you also get a pale ore and crown. And it's not too hard. Although with this new route, you'd want to do that later. That's what it was. Fucking 0 bounce King's Idol, which is the last reward before Elegy. And I was like, are you kidding me? Couldn't Freeman, thanks for following. Fucking King's Idol 0 bounced, but Elegy did, well, we'll see, did not. But 5929.34. We still got our sub 5930. So there we go. Math to the wrong side of the 30. Tragic. All right. So that is the run. That is the actual offline PB.